Aloha, everyone. Thank you for watching this week's edition of Maui TV News, Maui's exclusive weekly television newscast, and we're online in high definition. I'm Jeff King. Disaster can strike without warning. At least that's the way it used to be. Forecasters can now give us hours, days, and sometimes even weeks of warning if a hurricane is heading our way. But not so much time in the event of a disastrous earthquake, and perhaps even worse, tsunami. Well, right here in the center of the Pacific Disaster Center is developing a user-friendly warning system that could, and most likely will, save millions of lives. Helpless. We've all seen these chilling images from the Japan earthquake and tsunami of 2011. Anyone in its path could only be described as helpless. There's no season for earthquake or tsunamis. Just this week, it happened again, this time in the South Pacific. There, people died as well. People who didn't know about the impending disaster until it was too late. Here on Maui, in the comfort of an air-conditioned conference room, Pacific Disaster Center Executive Director Ray Shirkhodai can monitor disasters of all kinds around the globe almost instantly. Within minutes of this week's Santa Cruz Islands quakes, he knew what was about to happen thousands of miles away when people right there did not. Working and living in a place that's also susceptible to earthquake and tsunami history and ever-present threats, he set about to change that information gap. The PDC Disaster Monitoring and Response Systems software, it's software that could help people in the Solomon Islands, in Indonesia, in Japan, and in Hawaii.
Actually, it does work almost anywhere. We have global applications and programs, so we cover the hazards all over the globe, even though our first name is Pacific.
Known as DMRS, the center has just completed installation and finished training locals in Jakarta, Indonesia, one of the world's true earthquake hotspots. Working hand in hand with the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, the PDC application will help reduce that region's vulnerability to disaster and to support preparedness and response efforts across national borders.
Yeah, it's really a state-of-the-art application. It's one of a kind, really. It gathers the information from reliable sources all over the world, including some of the U.S. agencies, international agencies, and whatnot. Those who monitor and issue the warnings. But it integrates all of it in a very easy-to-use graphical interface where instead of reading the text of the advisories, you can actually see where they're happening. Then it's integrated with various scientific modeling. So translates what it means or what it is, 75 miles an hour wind, into whether the roof of your house is going to be okay or not.
Funding for this technical marvel comes from the U.S. and international sources. While how it works may be a geek's dream come true, the reason for it is simple, as is the mission of the PDC.
Our goal in here is really disaster risk reduction. Use science and scientific methods and technologies to reduce disaster risk.
Technology. It's not just for 3D movies and FaceTime anymore. You can download the Pacific Disaster Center's apps for your smartphone or tablet. You can also access them anytime online. For the link to the app downloads and the link to the PDC website, click on the link to this week's stories at MauiTVNews.com.